Welcome back to Clark and Addison, born into the Ivy. The Cubs lose 2 out of 3 from the Cardinals, and the Brewers, they keep beating the Dodgers. Wow. So, that is what it is, right? Like I said, welcome back to Clark and Addison, born into the Ivy. I am your host, David Butler. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook at Clark and Addison, born into the Ivy, or on Twitter at dbutler79 and at born into the Ivy. Don't forget to like and subscribe us on YouTube and or any audio platform. Cardinals review. Well, Clay Holmes, game 1. He did his job. He was phenomenal. The offense didn't do a ton, period, throughout this whole series, but they did just enough with a 3-run shot in the 6th by Seiya Suzuki, who later hit a double. He hit the home run off of George Soriano. The other 2 runs did go to Matthew Liberatore, who pitched well in this game, just not as well as Clay Holmes, right? Holmes allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, and struck out 3. He had a ground ball rate in this game of 61.1%. For his Cubs tenure now, over 2 games, he has a ground ball rate of 68.8%. However, I'll say that it was a much different feel from in game 2 versus game 1. He had a lot of ground balls induced, but there was a whole lot of solid contact. This was weak contact, and the Cubs defense did exactly what we all thought it would do. They did really well, gobbled those up, turned them into outs. Phenomenal, right? It was a really great showing of what is capable with Clay Holmes and why he can be our ace and our number 1 starter, right? So, I'm not saying he's going to be. I'm saying that's why there was a whole lot of hype about it. He was regarded as the guy who could be that number 1. And Gausman was regarded as a possible guy for that too. He didn't look like that guy in game 2, but he didn't. He looked really solid in game 1. Not this solid. I mean, Holmes was great. Gausman looked good, though, in his first start. He did not look good, obviously, in the second. So game 2 was Matthew Boyd. And Matthew Boyd made Major League history. Or allowed Major League history, I guess. Not the way you wanted to. A ton of home runs in this game. I think it was total 4 or 5. Just pitiful. Josh Baez. Game 2 is forever going to be known as the Josh Baez game, frankly. The dude he had his Major League debut. He hit his first Major League pitch out of the park. I mean, he obliterated that ball. Crushed it to the outfield. Or out to left field, and it was gone. And then in his next at-bat, he got to a 3-2 count, and again, blasted it into left field. Second home run of his Major League career in his second at-bat. 9th player to ever do that. He was the 21st player ever to hit the first pitch out for a home run. And then in his third at-bat, he became the first ever Major League player to hit a home run in his first 3 at-bats of his career. Pretty phenomenal for the young man. Terrible, and I mean terrible, that it happened against Matthew Boyd and it happened against us. They cruised to the win, and then they cruised to the win again today on Sunday against Edward Cabrera, who Shota Imanaga was pushed back to Monday, and Cabrera made his first start back and was terrible. He allowed 7 runs. Rollison wasn't much better. It was just a bad game. Just a bad game, right? It is what it was, and we carry on and keep moving. So, bad series. Terrible. It felt like we had a lot of momentum. It was a great opportunity and everything else. But it was what it was. We can't change what happened, and we can't move. We can't. It's just bad, right? And so we turn the page. Like I said, we feel like we blew a big opportunity, but that is what it is. So I would like to talk about some injury situations here real quick, if I can get that. I had it, and then I totally messed that up. So this is all via MLB.com. Hobie Milner yesterday made another rehab appearance. Not the best appearance that he's had so far. He allowed 2 runs on 3 hits with 1 strikeout and 2/3 of an inning at AAA Iowa. Still waiting to see what's going to happen. He was supposed to be expected back by the beginning of August. We're in the middle of August, and that's not happened. So, Shelby Miller also made an appearance yesterday, allowed 1 run. Counsel says he is weeks away from potentially joining the Cubs. Expected to make several more rehab appearances. Ben Brown advanced to bullpen sessions. I think pitched in one yesterday. They said it felt really, really good afterwards. Felt good again today after it. And high hopes the Cubs have for him that he will rejoin the pitching staff at some point this season. Matt Shaw has increased volume and intensity with his swinging and added hitting off a high-velocity machine. August 14th and 15th. A minor league rehab assignment is or could be coming in the upcoming week. Daniel Palencia also pitched some more at Knoxville. He is going back to Iowa to continue his rehab appearances. If he gets 1 or 2 more solid ones, I think, but hopefully, potentially coming back. Who knows, guys? Who knows? And Phil Maton, it will be my last update. He is dealing, and apparently has been all season, with a partially torn patella tendon. Boy, would that not have been great information before. No wonder the dude is struggling so much. Anybody who has not done that, let me tell you, I completely torn my patella tendon, and it's terrible. It is painful as hell, even after everything. So, no wonder the guy's struggling, folks. No wonder the guy is struggling. Speaking of all the pitching staff, though, we talked about Boyd had his issues. Cabrera had some issues. Cabrera had a lot of issues before. His ERA is like over 5.5, I think, now. So I want to go over some stuff here. The Cubs are second in home runs per 9 innings to only the Sacramento A's, who are playing in a minor league stadium that allows home runs out the butt at 1.59 for Sacramento this year. The Cubs are 1.52 per 9 innings. That's as a staff, folks. They are second also in total home runs allowed, again, to the A's, at 187. And their starting pitching staff is allowing the most home runs in baseball at 119. They allowed 2 more today. I don't know if the A's allowed any. I really don't care, frankly. The fact that we're even somewhat last, if not dead last, is just pitiful. I mean, pitiful. So, something like they've got to figure this out, right? It's just inexcusable that this keeps happening all season. Now, I'll say that the Cubs have done a much better job with their pitching staff than the A's have of minimizing all that. But that doesn't mean that it's not still a gigantic, and I mean gigantic, problem that they have got to get figured out, because this isn't going to fly in a playoff series. It's just not. And so I love the idea of Cabrera coming back. So yeah, they allowed 1 more. So we increased our starting pitching total by 1, and we now have the lead over the A's by 3 instead of 2. So that's fantastic. Like I said, it's a huge problem, and it's a problem that they've got to get figured out right now. Right now. Otherwise, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, there's only so much we can expect, right? So, probable starters for the White Sox preview. Monday, they got Luis Castillo going against Shota Imanaga. Castillo's 4-9 with a 4.96 ERA against Shota at 8-9 with a 3.74. Tuesday and Wednesday, they do not have announced starters. I was trying to wait to get those. I can't really wait too much more for obvious reasons. I mean, we don't want to get it too late, right? Gotta say this here.
Go, Cubs, go!
We're frustrated with them, but we love them. On Tuesday, we will have Kevin Gausman going. He is 6-11 with a 4.53 ERA. And then on Wednesday, we will have Clay Holmes at 5-5 with a 2.56 ERA. I like what we're set up with. Shota, Gausman, Clay Holmes. I think right now it looks like David Peterson is not going to be in the rotation unless they want to do a 6-man rotation. I don't think that they're going to want to do that. I think Peterson's probably going to take over the Javier Assad role. Assad, I'm sure, was the one who went down because he was the one they could send down and still keep everybody. So Peterson's not going to clear any of that. Savali's not. They own, like, they have the rights to Assad and can send him down, and he can't refuse it. As unfortunate as that is, because that's really the guy that you trust the most out of those three. Nothing against Peterson. I love David Peterson, and I think he's done a really good job. I would prefer to have him over Savali if I had to choose. But Assad is the best one of the three to go in that swing role. Right now, I want any of them pitching over Edward Cabrera, to be honest. The White Sox are in first place in the AL Central and currently have a 65-58 record. They are 5-5 in the last 10 and currently on a 3-game winning streak. Their offense is ranked 7th in baseball with a 4.81. The Cubs are second with a 5.17 average of runs per game. Team ERA is 4.07. They are just slightly ahead of the Cubs, but actually tied. Both teams have a 4.07, 16th and 17th. The White Sox starting pitching is slightly worse than the Cubs with a 4.35. The Cubs 4.29. And they actually, so I'm not sure why their ERA is the same, but their ERA is 3.86. Ours is 3.85 in the bullpen. Offensively led by Munetaka Murakami with a 909 OPS, followed by Miguel Vargas, who killed us in the first series with an 830. Sam Antonacci with a 776 OPS, and Chase Mydroth, who was terrible against us but has caught fire again and has a 774 OPS. And this guy beat us bad last year. So their bullpen is led by Southpaw Sean Newcomb, who has a 2.39 ERA, and righties Huascar Brosnahan, who they traded from the Mets at 2.75, Jordan Hicks with a 3.28, and Grant Taylor with a 2.29 ERA. Our awards of this week go to Alex Bregman, who hit 4 home runs, 3 of them in one game, 6 runs, 8 RBIs, had a slash line of 353, 476, 1.059 slugging, and 1.535 OPS. Starting pitcher of the week was Clay Holmes. Dude was dominant. 1 game started, 6 2/3 innings, 0 ERA, had an OPS against of 139. That's an OPS against, like, opponents, on-base percentage, and slugging total combined. Dude was dominant. And Jacob Webb is once again, I think for the 3rd week in a row, definitely the 2nd, the relief pitcher of the week, and 2 games, 2 1/3 inning, and a 444 opponent's OPS. Again, don't forget to follow us.
Go, Cubs, go!
At Facebook at Clark and Addison, Born Into the Ivy, and on Twitter at DButler79 and at Born Into the Ivy. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube and or any audio platform, and leave us some comments along the way. Have a great day, and let's go Cubs. Let's get it back against the White Sox.